Welcome to our Touchdown Online, the interactive segment where we get to respond to your questions and queries and comments on social media. That is Facebook, Twitter, and WhatsApp. And gentlemen, starting off with an interesting question from Innocent. He says, if Mourinho doesn't have the privilege of signing players, can he sell the ones he doesn't need? If he can sell them, why doesn't he? As it is alleged that he must sell before buying.
He can't, simply because if he sells the ones before buying, he'll simply have too thin a squad, and clearly he cannot trust Woodward to get deals over the line. So do you put yourself in a situation where you sell all the guys you don't want and you literally have no one to play?
But can he really sell
There's
players?
something he said before the game against Brighton. He said he's no longer manager, he's the head coach. That means there are so many things he no longer has
So for
power
me,
of.
it justified that rumor, which was dismissed, where he told Pogba, if you want, go and get a transfer. Not I will sell you. In Ferguson and Wenger, I will sell you.
Yeah.
This one, go and get a transfer if you no longer want to play for the club.
Okay.
So for me, those are two telling signs. And I'd say Mourinho, for all his antics, he's a very brilliant guy. He knows how to throw breadcrumbs to which you can either make a reflection of what situation is going on. And I think you're right on the money there. I don't think he's in control.
But then there
in
are
and
things.
out.
There are three things. One, either he's not in control. Two,
No, he's not in control.
yeah, no, in fact, no, we know he's not in control.
Because
we know
previous-
he's not in, let me finish. We know he's not in control. What I wanted to bring out is either one, what is happening, the performances happening now are him trying to make his board look bad, or this is that season syndrome. It's one of
But
that.
I think it's a trend
Because
that's
at
all
Chelsea,
over
he
the
had
Premier League.
never done it. I mean, when he came back the second time, I remember there's a series of games where he insisted on playing with no striker to show he had no striker, and the following season they brought in Douglas Costa. So the question
Diego.
is, Diego Costa. So the question is he doing this again? Did he make his team play that badly so that he forces Woodward to get him at Everett in January? Or is it that season syndrome actually kicking in?
But can you actually make, does a coach have the power to make a team play badly if they don't want to play badly?
No,
He can simply
the
set
thing
them
is,
up
it
wrongly.
depends, because if let's say you're all on the same page, you can actually do it.
If you're with the players.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course. I'm not-
That's how
for
we
me-
have to.
But then-
because
but then
the previous
him and the
problem we
players
have,
are not on the same
what
page.
puts it in doubt is that there are a lot of rumors that him and the players are not on the same page. That's what puts that theory in doubt.
Okay, talk about Unai Emery's tactics.
I think he has a problem with selection. Either because, but I don't want to judge him too early because he's trying to get to know the players. But in terms of tactics himself, I was impressed with what he did against Chelsea. I really was. I like the fact that he is making substitutions based on merit, not based on reputation, which Arsenal fans for the last maybe 10 years have become accustomed that the best players on the pitch do not leave, despite their performances on the.
Are not substituted.
But with that said, Unai Emery is an average coach for me.
It's average. However, I think it's too early to judge his tactics. Right now, his biggest issue is one, personnel. Two, he has to do a lot of deprogramming because there's a lot of bad coaching that has happened to a lot of good players. People like Bellerin no longer look good simply because of bad coaching. And then he has selection issues. He wants to play a higher line. I don't think he has the defenders for it. When it comes to midfield, until Xhaka wakes up, he should either be playing Torreira and Gundozi or not Bellerin. Then he has to choose between Ozil and Ramsey. These things he has to, and for me, certain games like now, away games against Chelsea, he should never have picked Ozil. He should have picked Ramsey instead. So those are things he has to work out on, because even Wenger last season realized that in an away game he had to leave Ozil at home. At some point,
Okay,
you have
And
to
say he has
get
a
that.
back injury.
If you need somebody to run,
They were
it's
trying
the only
to play the ball out
solution.
of defense.
No.
That's not that can work.
No, it can work. It's about
It can work.
having the
Does he have
personnel.
the personnel?
Right now, I don't think he quite has the personnel. Simply
You know,
because
okay,
if
because-
Koscielny was fit, I would think he has the personnel.
Because
They
it
can-
was not working.
Because Koscielny can pass the ball comfortably out of the bench, out of the back.
Here's
can
another-
Bellerin,
here's
so can
another
It
Maguire.
was
question.
not working, but they were trying to do it.
Here's another question
Yeah, because
from
that's his tactic. That's what I'm saying. personnel
George
is the
Ahim
issue.
is asking, isn't game too early for people to declare panic at United? Does the defensive display against Brighton mean Mourinho was right to demand a centre back?
You see,
I think
the
he's
issue,
right in one sense. United have too many similar centre backs. The current centre backs are all the aggressive type. They don't have somebody who can composedly lead the defense and is composed. They don't have that. So wanting a guy like Adeverett makes sense. However, there is still the issue of one, they have already spent almost upwards of 60 million on a combined two centre backs.
I think
Who are supposed to be for the future. They have not sold any of the current centre backs. Honestly, until you sell people, it kind of makes no sense to add more unless you are selling. So it looks more like it's a case of a third season syndrome than that issue. Because as much as Mourinho is complaining, the fact is right now he has 6 centre backs on his books.
For me, it's not even that, because that would be
So clearly you should have
no, for me,
cleared
it's
some out
not, it's
before
not
you bought.
personnel. I think for me, it's splitting hairs with an axe. I think the bigger issue for me is attitude.
That head must be hurting.
Trying to scare us with his English.
But honestly, it's for me, it's attitude. So for Joe, I think you get worried because Man United, with their history and the mindset that Ferguson left in the club, and even the guys before, Man United can be bad on a day. Every football
But
club
not
does
this
bad
bad.
days, but attitude never leaves.
Yes,
Because
because
if
honestly,
you go back to
I
that-
mean, to the
that-
extent that even Pogba had to come out and admit there was attitude.
There was
it
an attitude
obvious.
issue.
Because honestly, Bailey had the worst game in his entire career. I've never seen anyone look that bad. It's like the guy had been got from a party and said, "Come and play football," and he was thinking about the party. he was not aware of
Even
what
the
he was
days
doing
of
on
Jemba
pitch.
Jemba, Mila, Berione, the quality was lacking,
Yes.
but the attitude was
Because
there. And the
honestly,
fight.
that was the worst defensive display I've seen since William Prunier, which is saying a lot. And I know for a fact, Bailey is in nowhere near as bad as William Prunier.
Even Tahibi had the attitude, right?
But
Yes.
But
despite
the quality was.
But honestly, Manu, me, I felt that much looked like they just threw the manager under the bus
Okay.
and drove over him a few times.
Richard asking, isn't Unai Emery another Brendan Rodgers of sort?
I don't know if you can start putting comparisons with anyone.
Too early.
But the one thing I always tell Arsenal fans, don't raise your expectations. You did not get a top tier coach for me. This is a guy.
Isn't this expectation coming because of the hope of that? You know there are certain people also waiting for a certain manager to go who has been around after a long time. If you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Isn't that the hope that is coming? Because at one point, Arsenal fans have reached a point of anyone but Arsene Wenger.
Because
so
he's better.
they thought anyone would be better.
But Unai is better than Arsene Wenger.
No.
But unfortunately for Arsenal, and if you really think about
if
it,
Arsene-
there was no manager
Sam,
on the market
Sam, if
who was better than
Arsene-
Unai Emery.
Arsene Wenger beats you
to
4-0.
accept the
To
circumstances.
accept
that
exactly.
Let me tell you.
There was no
That
coach.
is the key, to
Arsene
accept
Wenger
the
beats you
circumstances.
4-0. And he has Di Maria, he has Cavani, he has Julian Draxler. You don't beat him 6-1.
You don't come back.
You don't come back.
don't
Arsene
come
Wenger
back.
beats
I
you
don't care
4-0
who you
and
are.
he has those players.
You don't come back.
You have
Because
Neymar, you
we are talking of an Arsene
You don't
Wenger
come back.
who went to the Camp Nou with a 2-1 lead. And he was within just one proper shot of, what was that Danish legend? Lord Bentner. From knocking out Pep Guardiola on away goals rule. And you are telling me that Unai Emery is a better option. Me, I think Arsene Wenger is being judged on what he has done since he fell from grace. But on ability, he has a decent team, he beats you, period.
For me, I don't rate Emery, but it's still too early to judge.
To
But
compare
for
him to
me, he's
Brendan
an
Rodgers.
average coach.
Okay, and then where is the other question I'm looking for? Vincent here saying, what is your take on my Real Madrid? We lost Cristiano Ronaldo, where number of goals were coming from. I think we need a striker better than Benzema or to help Benzema bang in the goals. Well, there is also another worry that came up last night. Only 40,000 people were in the stadium. Now, Cristiano Ronaldo's unveiling, the whole Bernabeu was full.
Yeah, it just shows you losing Ronaldo is going to lose them a lot of commercial value
Absolutely.
and interest. But for me, they really need to sign a striker. Benzema, first of all, has not played as an out-and-out 9 in a long time. He needs to readjust to the role. And I'm sorry, Boya Mayoral is not cover for any striker in any big
He's a poor
team.
man's Danny
But
Welbeck.
also,
He's worse than that.
Madrid fans are
He's a rich
accustomed.
man's James Wilson.
Madrid fans are
Or you
Madrid
have
fans.
Portillo. These guys who are superstars in under 8 level. When they come to the senior team, they score 1 in 20 goals.
No, for me, that's even beyond the point because Madrid has also had bad seasons, but the Bernabeu and people's interest in Madrid never dwindled. So the issue for me is Madrid have been accustomed to big players, big signings every season, or at least once in every 2 years. A guy who's a marquee signing, and they really don't have anyone on the books who commands that.
Okay.
Their most popular player is their captain.
Yes,
and even for the wrong reasons.
yes, and the biggest problem they have is that they have not gone out and done what Madrid normally does. Buy someone new and exciting. They have not.
Actually, they have not bullied.
Yeah, so the fans are bored.
People are bored.
The fans are bored. They expected like maybe an Icardi to arrive, somebody, but now they are bored to death. They're like, we have the same old guys, nothing.
Okay, what David saying, why is Granit Xhaka still playing in that midfield? If Emery sees him as a Verratti or Rabiot, what comparisons are there between him and them? Besides that left foot, he can't run, he can't tackle, and most definitely he can't play box to box.
Put it this way, a lot of the guys who have started now are starting because Emery is testing them. As you see, Gondouzi got into the team, Xhaka has been tested. I think he has failed the test. Torreira is kicking him out next game. Ramsey was started in the first game, it didn't quite work out. He wanted to see what Ozil could do as a 10. Ozil failed the test. I don't expect him to play there again. I would expect either Ramsey or Mkhitaryan to start ahead of him. Ozil is probably going to go back to the left flank or he's going to bench. I think Iwobi has passed the test, and me right now, until at least mid-November, Emery is going to be testing his players, seeing who he can rely on. People like Xhaka need to be careful. If they are going to be complacent, they are going to lose their places, and they'll find, probably even in January, as early as January, they'll be getting shipped out. This guy is not going to wait for them. He really isn't.
For me, I'm about to tag him a con man, but I'm still giving him some time.
And Aubameyang.
That one.
Okay, that's all time we had for this session. Always keep your questions and comments coming through on social media, Facebook and Twitter, Touchdown Online.